Hello, well, I'm eating and I'm busy cleaning my house. If you speak Italian, or Japanese, or Spanish, or French, you will not understand what I just said, because I'm not showing you what I'm doing. But eating, that's what I mean. Do you know they can kill you many ways? They can kill you. You go 6 feet, or they make you lose your tooth in the back. When you're chewing, you have pain in the back of your mouth. You cannot enjoy the food. It's like me. And so many times they try to kill me, But now when I eat something and I have to bite it, I can bite, but when I'm chewing it, I get pain in the back of my mouth. So it's not everything I can eat like before. What does that say? A baby is born without a tooth. And as you're growing, you have a certain stage, you're gonna change your tooth. But if they manipulate you to have a tooth pain, and you use that mother feeling you have in you to kill the pain, and you go to a doctor, they take your tooth out, and then they pretend they take everything, but they don't take everything. They drill the top of your tooth, they drill it, and then they pretend they refill it. They know in a couple of years, as you're chewing, the refilling gonna come out. It's like me. The refilling came out over 2 years ago, and what they drill inside is just an open gap now. And anything I wanna eat, only when I'm drinking, it tastes good. When I'm eating, I have to bite the food a little bit front in my tooth, at the front side. But the back is very, life is taste and swallow. If you cannot bite the food, and your tooth, which is the machine to smash the food, is not working properly, then you cannot eat the best food in life. I put it on video in case other people have the same problem. In your case, if someone really have a severe tooth problem, like they take your tooth out using a false teeth, I advise you, when it's time for you to eat something, if you're really in a severe problem, take the false tooth out of your mouth, and the time you need to take the food, I don't get there yet, but I'm just trying to advise in case someone was in a car accident or any other situation that you have to use false tooth, and you have difficulty in eating something like chicken, fantasy. What you need to do, take a knife and slice it in small pieces, and then you pull the tooth away. No, when we were born without a tooth. You can bite with your ordinary gum if you already break it in pieces, and then you have that taste of swallowing. Because if you think you can chew with the false tooth, they're setting you up, because it's gonna damage in a couple of years, because the chemical from the food is going to this made tooth that is not original, and when you're biting with it, the chemical is putting a sweet on it, and then it's gonna damage. It's gonna cost you more money the next 5 years. But if you only break it in pieces, or just look for the chicken box, you can see it. When you can see it, then you know what you're looking at. When you can see it, you know what you're looking at. You see the flavor, then you don't have to eat it, because seeing is also satisfying. And you can eat a pap, you can make something just to full the stomach. I don't enjoy the good things in life anymore when it comes to food. I'm being honest. Why? Because I tell story about a long time ago. I tell story about 100 years later, but I'm not telling you story about the now. What's going on with me? I have a sister who's treating me like I am my mother. They think that my mother was 14 years old. And since my daughter is now the 13 plus 9 months in March, and then April, May, June, my daughter is 14 years, they believe my mother age already stepped down to be the me, and I stepped down to be my daughter. And that's when my daughter is 28, is when it's me and my mother. So they believe when the energy that is driving my mother, they want to treat me, the woman with the false teeth become the daughter that also have not a false tooth but a problem to chew. So when I'm eating, I have a food stuck in the gap, and it's very irritated. Humans are ordinary beef. They're not supposed to feel pain. Every pain that is manipulated in the body, you can look at the structure of your arm, structure of your feet, and say, what is there to feel pain when it's all beef and water and just wind and sunlight? Because we are actually programmed to see everything with current. And for as long as mankind focus on facial expression and situation, breaking news and stuff, you can see that we are actually electronic. They control us with electronic, and we get a way of electronic shock in the brain that give you pain. It's just to control the body. But when you sleep, all pain, all stress, all type of things is gone. Now, the reason why I decided to post this video, the consciousness was talking. Consciousness saying, the saddest thing is what whoever is in charge is dealing with. They like to follow the ordinary sex, but they neglect the people in the world. So in my mind, I asked the consciousness, what does the consciousness mean? You can say, how can you ask the consciousness in your mind? Well, I am the baby inside my mother's stomach, and there's a consciousness that built me till 9 months, and that consciousness is with me, never left me. So I asked the consciousness, I said, what the consciousness mean by that? The consciousness say, well, picture everybody has to get on a boat today. We live in the dry land, we're going in the ocean. Picture we take the youngest baby and a pregnant woman, everybody go in this boat, and there's only a place to sit down, no bedroom to have sex. Consciousness say, if 42 years later, the youngest baby is the 42, and the pregnancy is the 42 and the 9-month-old, consciousness say, what will be in the classroom if the sex did not happen? Consciousness say, well, mankind will finally grow and reach to the level, and when they finally figured out that everybody will get in the boat and enter the ocean, no one left behind to sit in the classroom. When the youngest child grow, you will know that yes, we see people dying, but before they multiply, they already become the middle age. It is just the 10 is the 20 and the 20 is the 30. The 30 is the 40 and the 50 is the 40, 30, 20, 10. So when they die, they are actually in the 40 and the 30 and the 20 and the 10. And the question I say, when you only picture it like that, then you get the chance to observe that for as long as they like to collect the condoms and then the rest the condoms recycle to fix the same baby clothes on them, they don't understand that life stop and the life itself is dying because they focus on the wrong humans. God should say the humans are the ones who, when someone say they die, let's say a 100-year-old is dying tomorrow, but the 100 is actually someone who is just a 58-year illiterate 42 years ago. They travel in the world. What's the meaning of illiterate? Well, 42 years ago, what they know now, they never know it. The world is climbing up, experience, they hear news, they get knowledge. In 42 years time, they get smart. In 30 years time, they get smart. In 20 years time, they get smart. 1 week ago, they find out something that wake them up forever. Now, question I say, you're saying the 100 is dying tomorrow. Question I say, how you can say the 100 is dying when the 99 and a 1-year-old baby is still in the wall? Why don't you say a 1-year-old is dying? Why don't you say, hey, the baby that is born 1915 is dying tomorrow. We're losing the 1915 baby, but the 1916 is still alive. 1917 is still alive. Why are you saying a 100 years old is dying? It's just a baby that was produced in one time. They were born in 1 year. And every time you say the age is dying, it's like killing everybody on the list. So the consciousness say the world does not pay attention that the 100 they say gonna die tomorrow is actually together with everybody else. And when they die, people focus on their age. People really see the number, but it takes the rest of the 99 till the 30 to feel sorry. Oh, someone really died. Oh, it's so sad. Then you kill the mind of the people for a minute, for 30 minutes. Even when someone don't know you, for every time you tell a breaking news someone that you actually kill the wind in and out. Why? Because a picture of sex should not be promoted in the world. A picture of sex is made by two people who are just strangers, they don't know themselves. And if their loved ones die, I think if the rest of the world don't make it public, they should not choose some certain people. When their loved one die, they have to make the rest of the world know about it. And that does not sit well with the consciousness, because it kills the future. Consciousness say if you can have sex in the bedroom private, you can keep the dying also private among your own family and put it in a history book, tell your story. But it's not something you can tell on the radio to say that's die and that's die, when it's just a moment that fall asleep. The moment fall asleep, the relationship fall asleep, and the wind went to be a bird, all the other animals, the 100 years split, divided, and becoming many in 60 seconds. And then the baby body is climbing again to collect the age they collect yesterday. Consciousness say that when the world stop focus on the ordinary condoms that went to school, the meaning if we all in the boat, nobody is having sex, there will be nothing that will go to school. Because if the 42-year was the baby when we get in the boat, but if you stay in a house that is bedroom, they're going to have sex and the little baby going back to school. So if everybody is in the boat and people get old and die, is it more people coming or the chair is still the same? And how important is it? If the chair is 6.6 billion chairs in the boats, a very big boat, no sex, when someone dies, they're still sitting in their chair. But if you are in a house, in the period of 100 years, you will send picture of relationship to school. But if nobody have sex in the boat, it's a dead or living, we're still 6.6 billion. The mouse is not moving. I want to stop the video.